Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Luxor. We are playing Insane Difficulty. We have all the colors, just all the time. We got the whole rainbow. You play the rainbow, and I don't want to get sued. Anyway, real quick, my title is Bringer of Dreams. Wouldn't that just be the Sandman? I mean, just make it simple here. Yeah, the Egypt's gonna fall apart if we don't kill these bugs. I know the drill. So how are all of you guys doing today? You guys doing good? Hope so. Hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Hope everyone's having a great day today, and that there's good vibes all around. So on top of having all the colors, the speed of the balls has dramatically increased. So most of the time I speed the Luxor videos up because the stages take a long time to get through, and I don't want the videos too long. This one's normal speed. So yeah, just looking at the actual speed here, it's quite peppy. It's quite brisk. Now, teal and especially orange are rare colors, and that's even more tricky because the colors you get are random. But because there's so few of certain colors, most of the time it can force you to add balls to the stream, and that can get tricky right there. You add in the increased speed, ooh baby. Now the good news about having all the colors is in pretty much every level you have access to all the power-ups. And as I mentioned, well I didn't mention it, I typed it, I maxed out all of the power-ups, and I also bought some of the aesthetic stuff, so in future Luxor videos I will be showing that off. Alright, so far so good. I'm not struggling too bad yet, but I have a feeling I might rage. Things might get a little tricky later, but we'll have to see. Oh, and now I gotta tell myself to stop doing it, but I've always been catching those golden spider statues because they give you coins. But I have literally everything in the store bought, and you get unlimited lives. In most Luxor games, 30 of those coins get you an extra life. Even with Insane Difficulty, Luxor 3 is regarded as the easiest game of them all. So, I have no need for the coins anymore. The coins are useless. But I'm so used to going for those coins and going for those statues. But I don't need them anymore. So I gotta tell myself, it's time to stop. That was a bad shot. Now, I think in most games like this, these marble panic puzzles, I think they're called, there is a colorblind assistant. But if there isn't, what would you do if you were colorblind? Like, I know Zuma, both of them, do have some kind of aid for that. You know, if we put some kind of filter on the screen to dilute the colors, that would make the game even harder. Now, I actually think I'm a little bit colorblind. The colors I mistake are black and dark blue. And, like, sometimes gray. So at Burrito Horn, we have these big bust hubs that we put all our sauce bottles in. And I think that they're not gray. Now I'm confusing myself. I think that the bins are kind of bluish. Everybody else says they're gray. One person called them white, which I completely disagree with because it's a dark color. But I'm on Team Blue, everybody else is on Team Gray. Also, blue and green can kind of get confusing. The most infamous example is Baja Blast. I think that Baja Blast is green, but everybody thinks it's blue. So, we're gonna settle this. Let me know in the comments, is Baja Blast blue or green? Because I think it's green. Alright, I am effing up really bad here. Well, this level's gonna be a little tricky now, because I just... Ooh. never mind. Scorpion and Pyramid Blocker, best power-ups. And low-key backward ball, or reverse, as well. That has saved my hide a couple times. Alright, we had kind of a shaky start, but we recovered thanks to the Scorpion. So yeah, Baja Blast is green. That is what I see. I literally call it like I see it. I see green, so I say green. So yeah, blue and gray and blue and green are the colors that I mix up. Every other color I ace at, I know what my colors are. Now if I miss a shot, I better not hear anything out of you, because I know all the other colors. There's no gray ball in the whole Luxor franchise. At least not that I'm aware of. So yeah, we got no problems here. And the blue and green here is very distinct. We don't have a Baja Blast situation. I guess technically it could be turquoise or teal. But if I have to choose between blue and green, I'm always saying it's green. Most people argue black and white. I argue blue and green. And the answer's green. Okay, so enough of that rant. Speaking of Burrito Horn, I got quite the interesting story for you. So I ended up working at a different Burrito Horn in a whole nother city. Now, for some reason, I think I mentioned this in an earlier video, Mimosa, our AGM, is moving out of the state with her boyfriend. And we're going to have a new AGM chocolate milk. Now, Mimosa, I don't know the full story behind it, but she's currently working at 2 Burrito Horns. Sometimes she's in one city, sometimes she's in our city. And they're kind of dicking her over. They're giving her 70 hours a week. Which you might think, oh, more money, but that's a lot of work. Sometimes they have her open, sometimes they have her close. Sometimes it's open then close, or close and open. So they're really just kind of screwing her. And also the GM of this store, I hear from everybody, is a real B-word. And we even have like a little inside joke that she's got to have dirt on somebody high in the company because she keeps getting away with certain things. So anyway, one night at about 12 o'clock midnight, I get a text from none other than Mr. Cheez-It, our good old GM. And basically he's like, hey bud, Mimosa is drowning over in this other city, she needs your help. So basically putting out the bat signal. So, being the good little employee that I am, and also wanting to help out Mimosa, I'm like, alright, bet, I'll go over there. Now, this other city was like 30 minutes away. Now, there's no traffic at midnight, so the drive there wasn't too bad. But once I got there, everything went as far south as south goes. So I get there, and the lobby's locked. Now, we're really not supposed to lock the lobby, because we want people to be able to dine in. Now, there's 2 reasons that we would close the lobby. Reason number 1 is we're deep cleaning. Not just like sweeping, but like you move everything away from the walls, you really get in there and sweep, you scrub the floor, you scrub everything there is to scrub. You scrub till your arms fall off, and then you scrub some more. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, the reason that happens more often, is you're very short-staffed, and it's really busy, so you can't do both the drive-thru and the lobby. Now, at our store at least, we really try to save that as a last resort. Like, we don't lock the lobby unless we absolutely have to. I remember one time we had to do it, and Mr. Cheez-It, he said it with like this pain in his voice. He's like, lock the lobby. So, when I get to this other city and the door's locked, already a bad sign. So I call Mimosa and the phone rings for about a minute. And a minute later, she comes running to the door, and she's talking like a million miles a minute. She's panicking. She's like, hey, get in, we gotta get help. So immediately, I lock in. I'm like, alright, just tell me what you want me to do. And it was me and her, and it was two new people. It was two shinies. We had a new service person and a new line person. Now, there are actually still customers in the lobby, so they must have locked in pretty recently, because there are still people waiting to get served. And they're all getting really pissed off. Now, I understand, you know, you've been waiting a long time for your food, you're probably hangry, and you just want to eat, and it's taking forever. You know, I get that. Being stuck somewhere, whether it's the DMV, the store, or a burrito horn, like, I get that. It sucks. No one wants that. But when you've got two people, you've got me that's never been here before, so I don't know how it works, and you've got two people new at the job. You know, we're only human. Now, quick little personal advice. If it does get to the point where it's taking way too long, just request a refund and go home. Like, if you know you're not getting that food anytime soon. And, like I said, understandable to be annoyed. But these people were... I don't know what this town's like, but some of the worst customer etiquette I've ever seen. They were just real nasty. Like, are they asleep over there? Like, where's my food? Like, I could probably do this better myself. You know, all that sort of thing. But worse were the DoorDashers. Like, well, I've been waiting, like, 30 minutes, and where's my order? Now, at our town, we separate the DoorDash, Ubers, and the regular drive-thru orders. They're color-coded. And drive-thru's at the top, DoorDash is at the bottom. Well, in this godforsaken town, it's all just jumbled into one. You don't know what order's next. And it was mostly purple. There was no consistency or thought whatsoever. So I basically got dropped into an active war zone. I walk in, and just straight chaos. See, I get in there, I don't know who's next in line, I don't know who to serve. And all the while, I got this new person, and I'm trying to show her how it works. Now, thankfully, the POS system was the same, so I didn't have to relearn any of that. Now, training on the fly when you're this slammed is an incredible feat, I'll tell you that. So I just gave her the very bare basics, like, here's taco, here's burrito, you push the button, you put the money inside. Alright, lock in. And this one, I can't remember if it was a driver or a regular customer, but this one lady in particular, she's like, okay, I need a refund, and I need to complain about this store because it sucks, and I'm never coming here again. Like, just being a douche. And then Mimosa just officially had enough, and she snaps. And she went out into that lobby, and she just let everybody have it. And she was actually, like, almost screaming, like between yelling and screaming. And she's like, yes, it is taking a long time, and I'm sorry. It's two of us, we got some new people, so either get out, or get a job application and you can come help out yourself. So basically just laid the smack down on everybody. And I guess that was effective, because after that explosive release, they kind of went quiet, like they kind of stopped bitching. It's kind of like when the teacher loses their mind on the class and then it gets quiet. It's like, ooh. Like, it was one of those moments. So finally, we get this whole situation worked out. Everybody in the lobby gets served. So now we can just focus on drive-thru. Now, at the drive-thru, these headsets are like something straight out of the Jetsons. They're very sleek. They're very futuristic. I'm used to the archaic headsets that the Flintstones have, where it's actual buttons and you push it and you talk. Now, I don't even really know how to describe it, but okay, I'm messing up big time here. So there are buttons. The headset wasn't a touchscreen, but the buttons were like, again, it's hard to describe. The buttons were a physical part of the headset. It's like halfway between physical and digital. And these headsets were the most sensitive things on this side of the equator. They're even more sensitive than my nether region. That's how sensitive they are. More sensitive than a kid in this generation that got called a name. Now they want to sue the whole company. So basically, you push the button, turn the headset on, in order to talk to the customer. One slight little tap on that button would turn the headset on and off like 5 times in a row. So just one little whiff, and within 2 seconds, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off. So multiple times throughout the night, I'd be like, welcome to Burrito Horn. Can I get, oh, welcome to Burrito Horn. What can I, oh, goddamn, welcome to Burrito Horn. So I had to be very, very diligent and direct with my touches of this button. So that was annoying, just trying to get the order started. And then this DoorDasher came through the drive-thru, and I gave him his order, and he didn't really speak English. And he's trying to like tell me something, and I have no idea what he's trying to say. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe he'll get his phone out and do Google Translate, but he didn't. And I'm trying to, I feel like a mime, because I'm trying to like reach into my pocket and trying to prompt him to take out his phone, because I really don't know what he's saying. I can hear the words like order or something, and I keep trying to tell him like, yeah, that's the order. So I don't know if he wanted to place an order for himself, or if he wanted to, if he had another pickup. So I'm trying my best to communicate with him, and I'm just not understanding, and I'm already stressing out. Now, I don't know why I did this, I guess I just panicked. But I get Mimosa, I'm like, there's this DoorDasher, I don't know what he's saying, can you please help me? And like I said, we had another new person that was on the food line. So, on top of being on her own, she also had to teach somebody on the fly. Which, in a situation like this, is not good. So yeah, we got not enough people and too many customers. And for about 2 hours straight, we just got a ton of orders. The speed was dead. Like, it's like 8 minutes per car, if not more. The whole screen was red, telling us we sucked at our job. So, this whole night was just unrecoverable. I thought about just turning around and walking out right then and there. Because I thought, no, I'm not going to leave Mimosa behind to die. I'm going to at least stick it out. Oh, speaking of leaving, the new girl... Oh, by the way, this new girl... So I'm going to back up a little bit here. Obviously, this is a whole different store. It's a little bigger than our store, but the layout is completely different. Now, this layout, I don't know who built this shit, but there is no rhyme or reason to any of this interior design whatsoever. So the dish station is in one corner of the building. The area where the clean dishes go is on the complete opposite side of the building, so that's fun. The kitchen is right in the front, and then like all the way on the opposite side is the freezer, and then the supplies you need to make food. So it seems like they took a basic kitchen design and just mixed it up for no reason. And the fryers are automatic, so you hook it up to this thing and it goes inside the oil. Now for some reason the buttons aren't labeled. Like, it's different things for different food. So I feel like I'm trying to operate alien technology here between this new headset and these new fryers. And I felt really bad for Mimosa because I'm pretty much not being any help because I don't know what I'm doing. And just combined with everything else, it was a whole nightmare. It was a kitchen nightmare. So after like 2 hours, I start getting the hang of it and it finally starts slowing down. Now I felt so bad because this new girl's name, I got her name wrong like 5 times in a row. And I'm already pretty shitty when it comes to memorizing names. That's really a weakness for me. I'm very good with faces. Like, I know faces well, but not names. And I was kind of panicking because it's a whole new store. Got all these customers, don't know what I'm doing. And the whole time, I think her name, well, I'm not going to say her real name, we'll just say her name was Jenna. I called her, like, Maishi, Ariel, Linda, like, every girl name that wasn't her name, I called her. And I ended up apologizing later, like, hey, like, it's just not my night tonight. I'm kind of stressed out. I'm sorry about the whole name thing. Well, this girl, whatever her name was, she goes on break, and she never came back. Well, she came back like 3 hours later. It's supposed to be a 30-minute break, and then she just disappeared. Don't know where she went. And we're like, where's this girl at? But we're serving all this food. We don't really have time to go looking for her. And then I offered to, like, go see if she was in the lobby or something. She's like, no, Matt, I need you to just stay there. So I think she actually left the building and was hanging out in the parking lot. We're like, you need to get your old ass back inside this building and help us. So eventually, the two new hires left because they were actually scheduled to leave early. So that's just me and Mimosa. Now at this point, the business had kind of died down. But we have to clean this whole store up because it is a complete disaster. Like, nothing was done at all. So we were there for quite a bit. Now, the dish sink at this store is flipped. At our store, it goes from left to right, like the soap is on the left and the rinse is on the right. Here it's the opposite. And the sprayers were right-handed. And I'm a southpaw, so that was a bit of an issue. Now also, the sanitizer sink. So at this restaurant, we use the 3-sink method. We have the first sink, which is like a jacuzzi. There's jets in there that move the water around. That's your main washing apparatus. That gets the dishes clean. Then you have the middle sink. Sometimes it's filled with water, sometimes it's empty. In our case, it's always empty. It was also empty at this store. The middle sink is where you rinse the dishes. Like, if there's still a little bit of gunk on there, you just spray it off. And then there's the sanitizer sink, where it's sanitized water that you soak in there for a bit, and then you air dry the dishes. Well, this sanitizer sink was smaller than my left nut, okay? I had to empty that thing out like 3 times over. At the goods store, when we close, I can get everything done in 1 load to maximum. That sink just kept filling up over and over and over and over again. And there were a ton of dishes, because we did not have time to do 2 river levels? Okay, insane difficulty's ramping up now. But yeah. Nobody did shit. So we spent a good 2 hours just cleaning and closing. And at this point, Mimosa's had quite the day. And this was when she started getting screwed over with the 70-hour weeks. And she's just kind of sitting there cleaning. And I go over there and I'm like, you know, hey, you feeling okay? She just kind of goes, yeah. But then one of our other friends from the goods store, one of the other managers, stopped by and got her some Mickey D's breakfast. Now, you could be in the worst mood of your life. Breakfast makes everything better. You just get some food in your tummy, and it gets a little bit better. So we fueled her up. She felt a little better. And I kind of felt like I didn't really do anything. I panicked more than I helped, honestly. Because like I said, it was a whole new store, and it was busy, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And I said that to Mimosa. I'm like, hey, sorry I wasn't much help. I was trying to figure everything out. And she goes, honestly, I'm just happy you came and helped me, because this was hell. So she was just happy that someone came and helped out. Because if it was just her and these new people, you know, she might have just lit the whole store on fire, to be honest. We just said F it, and burned it. So yeah, that was officially worst shift, worst close, worst experience that I've ever experienced. Also, I'll provide an update later. There's a chance I might not have gotten paid for that, because they had to give me a new temporary login ID so I could clock in at this other store. And I'll have to look at my pay stubs to be sure. But I was looking at my paychecks, and it looked about the same as it always does. It didn't look like extra. So I'll have to see if it reflects the next time I get paid, and if it doesn't, well, you're gonna have to talk to Mr. Cheez-It. And if it turns out that I did not get paid for all that, then we gonna have a problem. Like, I might take a trip down to Pettyville, call from an anonymous number, order like 100 tacos, and then never pick it up. So they better pay me, or else I'm gonna do that. So yeah, pretty bad. Now, our own store has been getting slammed constantly for these past 2 weeks. Now, there was a carnival that just passed through. It's the, not gonna say the name of my town, but this town festival. You know, the trucks come, they transform into carnival rides. You know, the Gravitron, the swirly thing. Quick side note. I think I'm officially getting old. Because after about 3 rides, I felt dizzy and I felt weak. Nothing hurt. Like, I didn't have a headache, I didn't have a stomach ache, I just felt weird. Like, I just fell out of it. My dad said I went kind of cross-eyed for a bit, and I believe it, because I had this very strange feeling in my cranium, like something was not right there. Well, I mean, it's never been right, to be fair, but that day specifically, after like 3 or 4 rides, I was done. I much prefer water slides, because even the most intense water slides, like, they're... none of them really... most water slides don't really spin. They're kind of... you know, they're flowy, like water. They're slower. Now, I still like roller coasters, I like carnival rides. I just gotta be careful when I'm doing it. I can't do too much at once. Thankfully, I didn't overeat, then it would have been a disaster. I would have barfed. Now, my weakness is funnel cakes. I'm really upset because they taste really good. I can't eat funnel cakes. I'm pretty sure it's the oil that they cook the funnel cakes in. But whatever they use to cook it, it makes me very ill. And if I eat a funnel cake, I throw up for the next 24 hours. It's terrible. So, I did not get any funnel cake this time, but maybe next time I'll have like 1 bite and see if it's alright. But for the past 2 or 3 weeks, we've just been getting like busy, not just on the weekends, but even on weekdays. And honestly, like a really busy Monday is worse than a really busy Saturday. Because Saturday, like, we know that the rushes are coming, and we get scheduled for more people, but Monday, you would never expect a Monday to be busy. So, when we get 50 deep, and they all want like 10 items each, and we only got 4 people, kind of luck. And we think we may have the answer. So I'm sure everybody has this, but we have something on Facebook called Talk of the Town, where these people kind of like find stuff to talk about and they make news about it. Well, our store appeared on Talk of the Town, and the story was, oh, it was real busy, but even though it was super busy, you know, the staff were really nice to us. This is a good store. So because we got coverage, we think that's why we're getting a lot more business. Which, that's good that the store's doing well, but now you've made us perma-slammed, so thank you? Question mark? Question mark? It's kind of a double-edged sword. Now, yes, I'm sure we were nice to you. We're in customer service. That's what we're paid to do. But I bet you, on the inside, they probably wanted to shank everybody in that dining room. Alright. So not including the bonus level, each stage, with the exception of the final one, always ends with a survival mode. Basically, just keep killing the bugs until the timer runs out. Ba-bam! See you later. Alright, you bugs. It's time to get squished. And pelted and stomped. Crushed and burned. Lightninged. And we're gonna send your own kind against you. We got scorpions. You got scarabs? Alright, that's cool and all. We got MF and scorpions, bitch. Whew. Gonna need some water out of this. I've been talking for a while. Also, there's been some problems with, like, the Earth lately. Like, the access is going wonky. You know, temperature's rising. There's something going on with the jet stream. It's starting to, like, break. So we're getting these heat domes everywhere. And a lot of people, like a lot of the religious people, are saying, "It's Jesus! He's back for round 2! It's happening!" Which, yeah, every time something like this happens, they always come out of the woodwork like, "It's happening! Yay!" It's kind of... Now, I'm not here to attack anybody. Everybody's free to believe what they want to believe. I'm not one to stop anybody. But it is a little bit ironic and comical that they're celebrating the end of the world. Like, let's say it happens, you know, he comes back for round 2 and it's the end of the Earth. A lot of people are really, like, happy about it. They're hoping that it happens. Yes, come back, destroy it. It really is something to admire. Alright, we got 30 seconds, and we got a pyramid blocker. You know what? I'm gonna let the pyramid blocker take care of it. You got this, and it's max level. Yeah, just keep on pushing. I don't care. Orange? Not gonna make a difference. Oh, you think white's gonna stop it? White? Oh, pff, purple? Really? I could do purple in my sleep. And there we go. Alright. We collected all 4 jars. No, that does not mean the thinking chair. Does not mean free ice cream. Bug smashing time. Just sit back and enjoy it. Alright, who wants some? You look like you want some. Are you thirsty? You want a little beverage? Yeah, I got a beverage for you. I got a beverage for you. And I got a beverage for you. Here's your daily dose of fuck you. I'm thinking of a word. Starts with D. Dead. Get squished! Suck on these nuts. Goodbye. DEL. Thanos snap. Unalive. Back to the Shadow Realm with you. Yeah, run! That's what I thought. Alright, and I do believe that is the end of Stage 5. Okay, we've rebuilt this pyramid like 4 times now. Is there anything else I can do for you? You want some Debbie cakes? You want me to get to a Capri Sun? You're gonna be waiting about 4,500 years for it. But you'll get it. Okay, another stage in the books. Insane difficulty is starting to ramp up. I am dangerously excited. Looking forward to the rest of this game. And as always, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And everybody, just do me a little favor. Have yourselves a great day.